today it's time to add and subtract radicals. So I just want to remind you, when you are adding like terms, 3x plus 5x, what do you have? 8x, right? Well, if you have like radicals, then what do you think the answer is here? I heard it, 8 radical 2. Very good. As long as the radicals are the same, you're just adding the numbers in front, right? Pretty easy. So let's look then at the first example. 3 radical 5 plus 4 radical 5. How many radical 5s do you have? 7. Now, the book shows you that you're using the distributive property. I don't really like that. You can follow that if you do want to do it that way, but I just feel like if you have like radicals, why not add the numbers or subtract them, and you've got your answer. So what if they're not like? Well, you do want to look at them and see if they can be simplified. So you see here radical 2, take away radical 8. Couldn't I simplify radical 8? Let's think about that. That would be 4 times 2. So that comes out as 2. So I'd have radical 2 take away 2 radical 2. Remember, I'm simplifying the radical 8. So now this is like saying I have 1 radical 2, take away 2 radical 2s. How many do I have? Negative 1. I'm not going to write it. It's implied. Radical 2s. Okay? So everybody follow? Sometimes you have to simplify. Now, if you simplify and they won't, they're not the same, then you can't combine them. But in this case, we were able to. All right, let's do example 3. We have radical x plus radical 4x. Well, this one could be simplified, couldn't it? So I have radical x plus 2 radical x. That radical 4 came out, the radical x stayed in. So what do I have? Implied 1 plus 2, 3 radical x's. And example 4. Oh my goodness, this looks so involved. Can't possibly be like, can it? Oh, I bet it can. Let's see. Under here, couldn't I take an x squared out? Yeah, sure. And get x minus 1? Everybody see the x squared goes into both of these, so I factored it out. I have x minus 1. And in this one, couldn't I factor a 4 out? And I would be left with x minus 1. Okay, well, they still don't look quite alike. However, this comes out as x. Radical x minus 1 stays under. This comes out as 2. Radical x minus 1 stays under. And here is where I see where the book distributed, because they pull out the radical x minus 1. They're factoring it out, and then they write x plus 2. Now, if you left it at this point, I would be fine. Okay, and I'm probably not going to give you very many with letters anyway, so I think you'll be fine. Let's go ahead and do A through E. A through E. So I think A and B are pretty self-explanatory. C, I simplified the 40 as 4 times 10. So the square root of 4 came out as a 2 multiplied by the 7 gives you a minus 14 radical 10. So your difference here is negative 12 radical 10. For D, I simplified 24 as 4 times 6 and 54 as 9 times 6. So the radical 4 is 2, radical 6y. The radical 9 is 3, radical 6y. And so that's 5, excuse me. Yes, I do know how to add. You know, my brain is on overload right now. You can only imagine how much trouble Miss Park's having with this world. Okay, and then for E, I factored a 9 out of the binomial that was given, and then I factored a 4 out. So these were common. The radical 9 is 3, the radical 4 is 2, so 3 of these, take away 1 of these, is 1 of those. Now, I'm not going to do example 5. We'll save that for later on, algebra 2 at least. So you'll see your assignment on RenWeb. You're done with this lesson for the day. God bless you. Take care. Talk to you soon.